So I want to name some games that you've worked on because Apogee was your label. It became 3D Realms once Duke 3D hit, which we'll get to. But Wolfenstein 3D, which is behind me, we have a legendary opponent here on the screen behind me. Whether you have an anecdote or some just fun memory, we'll just like I said, we'll start with Wolf 3D.
Well, I mean, just real quickly, I actually did the voice. This is my first voice work ever in a game. When you kill Hitler in this game, I yelled out "Octung" or something. But when this game was being developed, it was originally going to be just a 16-color graphics EGA game, and during development, we decided that let's also do a VGA game, because VGA is starting to catch on.
Yeah.
Let's, maybe there's a market there, and so.
And for the kids that don't remember, that's VGA is like way more colors.
It's 256 color, so it's a big jump. It's, from 16 to 256, and so it allows you to do, like, you can see like that cyan color has the gradient shading there. In EGA you can't get any of that. So id Software didn't have the manpower to handle doing more VGA art, so I brought in some people that I've been working with on some of these other games to help work out with art, like a guy named Jim Norwood, who went on to develop his own game for us called Biohazard. And then he also was he did Shadow Warrior 2 with us. But anyway, so I brought in some other people, and we ended up doing really good stuff on the VGA side, and it got to the point very close to releases like, let's just drop the EGA thing completely. And so when Wolfenstein came out, it was just VGA.
So it was very cutting edge at the time.
Very cutting edge, and we kind of weighed the idea. Well, we're probably cutting our market by a lot, but the wow factor is going to be way higher if people don't see the EGA version.
Right. Did you guys have any expectation that Wolfenstein 3D would become as big as it did?
Absolutely.
You knew, huh?
We really felt it. In fact, to the point that this was going to follow the original sharer model that we had been using up to that time, which was just let's have 3 episodes. Mm-hmm. And Tom Hall and John Romero were getting so good at making episodes that very close to like within a month of release, I remember approaching them and saying, this is going to be big. What if we have another upgrade, another upsell option to where people can get 3 more episodes? So we were going to sell the first 3 episodes for, I think, $35. Mm-hmm. But what if there's 3 more episodes? We'll charge $50. And the guy said, yeah, it won't take us that much longer to do 3 more. So we did that, and I think 90% of our sales were all 6 episodes for the $50.
Well, that literally paid off then.
Totally paid off.
All right, let's name another game that you worked on. This one, I remember this one well, Rise of the Triad.
Well, that was originally going to be the sequel to, well, there was already a sequel that id Software did. It was the retail sequel, which was called Spear of Destiny. That was the sequel to Wolfenstein, and that was released through FormGen, a company that both id Software and us, we worked with together on. And then they were starting to work on Doom, and I was like, well, there's probably still a lot more pie to be eaten with the Wolfenstein franchise. One of the things that we actually did was, I went out with some other people at Apogee, and we reviewed, like, I think 50 or more levels designed by people in the community. This is really what taught us that there was this mod community willing to make its own levels. And it really opened up both our eyes and id Software's eyes, and that's why id Software's Doom really had built-in mod support and everything. But anyway, what we did was we gathered up like the best 50 levels out there. I cut all these guys a percentage deal, and we released that as like an expansion pack.
Wow.
And it sold really well. I mean, that on its own, I think, made $1 million or $2 million. So I felt like there was still more to be had while these guys are working on Doom. So I approached them with the idea of, let's do another game. And Tom Hall had, I think, left id by that time, and Tom Hall could be in charge of this since he was intimately involved with Wolfenstein the whole time. Mm-hmm. So we hired Tom Hall, and the game was going to be called Wolfenstein: The Rise of the Triad. Huh. And it was going to be this new continuation to where, Hitler was just a puppet all along, but there was this triad of, sort of occult background leaders who were involved with all this thing. And id Software was like, boom, we're in on this. And we had an agreement. It was going along. About 8 months into it, they decided to cancel the agreement, and they had rights to do that. Mm-hmm. And I think they felt like our game was going to maybe bump heads with Doom a little too much, and they didn't want that. And
I
so,
see.
so that's why if you look at Rise of the Triad, the one we came out with, there's a lot of Wolfenstein elements in there because we had to basically use all those assets we had already made.
I never realized that.
Yeah.
This show is, it's for me. If no one else is watching, it's for me. That's awesome.